Assalamu alaikum, Sheikh.
Wa alaikum assalam wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
Lately, the governor of Texas, signed a law, saying that the Ten Commandments have to be displayed in every classroom in the public school system. What should we think about this as Muslims, and what's your take on it?
Bismillah, alhamdulillah, salatu wassalamu ala rasulillah wa ala alihi wa sahbihi wa man wala wa ba'd. As you know, that created a great deal of controversy, and there's other states before us in Texas here have, passed similar legislation and was challenged in court. So I'm not going to talk about it from legal perspectives because that's not my area of expertise. But as a Muslim, as an American Texan, also as a Imam or Sheikh, what is my take? How I see this? First, the Ten Commandments that came in the in the Bible, the biblical commandment, you will find them similar to them in Islam, except the observation of the Sabbath. But also it could means that was their holiday, and we have something in the Sunnah refer to that Friday, for them was Saturday, for us basically became Friday, and for Christians their day was Sunday. So other than that, we accept the concept of the Ten Commandments, and the Nabi Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam told us whatever Ahlul Kitab narrated that goes along with what I have told you or what came in the Quran and Sunnah, we accept it. Okay, and with this been said, our position, our stance from the Ten Commandments is clear, that we honor them, we respect it, with a little bit of caveat about the Saturday, as I said earlier, because it's not part of our practice or the practice of majority of people. Also, we completely reject the notion that Saturday is the day of God rested or something of that concept. That's completely unacceptable for us as Muslims. But other than that, look at what are they? The Ten Commandments speak about the thing that we stand for as Muslims, and I think we should stand for as a society, which is no killing, believing in God, also no murder, stealing, false testimonial, also honoring parents. These are great concepts and well established in Islam. We do have also some verses in the Quran have 10 commandments and more similar to these, and more is like saying the truth, stand up for justice in Surah Al-An'am, in Surah Al-Isra, Surah Bani Israel, and so forth. Also to say that I'm a big firm believer that religion play a major role in society, in improving society.
That's a very good point, yeah.
And no doubt, it's a compass for morality. So that's something that I do believe in. But also at the same time, I do believe that religion is a personal choice, okay? And I don't think American system as a secular system, or a system that stands with the same distance from every religious or non-religious group, okay, should enforce one particular faith overall. That's not what America is about. That's not what our country stands for. It should respect religion, inspired by religion, but not necessarily to force a specific religion over others. I will not support, for example, that we make it by force that you have to display a verse in the Quran in every classroom. That's not something I will advocate for. If people want to do that from their own, want to educate themselves about Islam, and they want to display a simple or a verse from the Quran, that's fine, that's their choice. Same thing if they want to choose verses from the Bible or whatever book of faith. It's exactly like me choosing a nice coat to put it up, just a nice reminder. I'm not going to talk about the intention behind that, but with all honesty, I feel there is a sense of hypocrisy. And sometimes in people forcing something that is just to create controversy and news. Religion is not just enforcing these 10 commandments or making them, not enforcing, but making them effective and changing people's behavior, is not going to by displaying the Ten Commandments. It's by inspiring people to believe in what these Ten Commandments are.
And that's a very good point.
What's the point if you allowed or you put that, pictures and you force it in front of the students, but the whole entire system do not really, try to eliminate or to, encourage people, educate people about the dangers of adultery, and the dangers of stealing, and, from the top level all the way to the bottom. When we see in the society that there is a lot of work need to be done. Educations. We have to make that a personal choice for people. And I think Muslims should advocate for that. What I'm worried about, that tomorrow, this will be a door to open to enforce certain version of religion, not even a whole entire religion, on others. And we have in America a history of that. And we should learn from our history. At one point, Catholic were prosecuted. And there is law was made that will prevent Catholic from having public offices, designed to prevent them, designed to exclude them. I did my PhD in a seminary, which is established by the Vatican. And that seminary was established in Indiana by the Vatican to teach, Catholic priests how to deal with the Baptists, how to deal with, the basically the amount of hatred and rejection to the Catholic Church in America. We can go back, history maybe don't repeat itself necessarily, but it rhymes. So I don't want to have a religious version or a specific religion to be enforced on people. I would like this to be left to the classroom. If the students would like to display that, that's fine. If the school
if it's
board,
a project,
what I think we should say, it's not prohibited to do, but we don't say you must put. That's my take. So I all for advocating for religious educations, for diversity in our schools, and also for respecting religion, for giving a space for religion to be the choice of people, but not necessarily to shove it in their throats, because usually what happens, that will get the opposite reactions. And I wanted to say to my Muslim fellow Muslims and brothers and sisters, some people say, Sheikh, how you became against, what do you mean religious? Aren't we in Islam, we're supposed to, support religion, and, as a state should be enforce religion on people? Yeah, we're talking here about a very different system. We're not talking about a country that it is vast majority Muslims and ruled by Islamic systems. We talk about a system that we're living in as part of, as we all share this system, which is called the United States of America. Our reference here is go back to the constitutions as a citizen of this country. Don't mix between the two. You're not living in the medieval time, or I don't like this name, but it's a historical way. You're not living in the time where a specific region where a Muslims majority or a pure Muslim country, that there is at that time enforcing to some religious rules on people. That's irrelevant to our discussion. And it became so naive to think that way. I think we should respect, and we should respect the system that allowed people from different faith, including us as Muslim, to have a space to practice the religion, to have a space to be free in the religion, and to respect that. And preserving that is actually preserving, in my opinion, the future of Muslims and other religious groups as years comes, because as we see more fanatics from every religion, unfortunately, become louder and louder, especially with the social media, that it's really alarming. So we have to bring people to that middle position. That's my take on this whole thing. I hope this message will resonate with majority of people.
Thank you. I'm glad they clarified this very well. Jazakallah khair. Thank you, Sheikh.
Yeah.
Assalamu alaikum.